So that was the television feature that won Seth Kwame Boateng an award, and I've got them here. What we've displayed here is not for me, it's for them. We say congratulations to you guys. I've got Benedict Owusu, David Ando, and Seth Kwame Boateng. Joseph Opoku Gapo and Kwete Nate are all award winners as well. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Have you gotten over, I mean, it was Saturday evening. Are you now aware that you won something, Benedict?
Yes, of course. Even
yup.
Well, yeah, I can say that now I believe that I've won something. But when I heard my name on Saturday, seriously, I didn't believe it. So at the point when Seth was like, Benedict, run. And when I got on stage and it was Maoko Afajunu who handed over the award to me, then I realized that, yes, indeed, I've won something.
Yeah, so what's that story that you filed?
It was age cheating in football. You know, for a very long time, we've always been talking about age cheating. When I was growing up in the early 90s, I heard about age cheating. Almost after every tournament, you got players and officials and also match officials of other countries, you know, alleging that this team came there with overage players. So I really wanted to go into that to find out if truly it's existed and if it was having any negative or positive impact on our football here. And one thing about the issue was also about how every time when we talk about age cheating it was Africa, where we were not talking about the Europeans engaging in age cheating and the South Americans, always on Africa. So I really wanted to find out what this whole thing about age cheating was about and how it was impacting on our football, whether positive or negative.
Yeah, and see what it has brought you. Were you thinking award when you were thinking about the story?
Not really. I never thought that something of this nature was going to come. I never imagined that something would.
All right. I guess we have to pull up this photograph when we speak to Mr. Ando. David Ando with myjoyonline.com also won an award with a beautiful photograph that you captured with your cameras. Ms. Ando, were you thinking award when you were taking that piece?
No, that particular picture, I describe it as a miracle. It's a miracle. Because that day I plan to, actually my job online, we have what is called photo of the week. And that photo of the week is like an opinionated piece. We select best picture from what we have taken, in a week, and we put it there for our readers to enjoy. So that particular day, I set off, I went to, Teshi. I just go out and look for dramatic and the pictures that can communicate effectively to our audience. So it's a routine thing I used to do every week. So I went to Teshi to look for that picture. I couldn't get. I came back to Osu Home School. I just moved without any target at all, just to see something happen, and then I take. So from Osu Home School, I didn't get anything, and I decided to come back to office because I have been roaming for almost the whole day. Then I remember that somebody told me the traders who were selling within the ministries had been ejected. They have want not to be selling in that area again. And one of them called me and said, yes, there were some people still selling and people were still roaming within that area. Then I decided to go there and see if I can get them and then put it on my job online. Unfortunately, when I got there, they were not there and I was disappointed. So I was coming home, and from the ministry's area to National Theatre, I was still thinking. So when I got to the National Theatre, I heard some voice, David, change your lens. I was then using standard lens, and the voice told me to use long lens. And me in particular, anytime I hear something like, I don't joke with it. So I just opened my bag. I opened my bag and removed the standard lens and fixed the long one. And then I kept on moving. I was moving towards the National Theatre intersection. So all of a sudden, I heard the noise, blam! It's like an accident.
Yeah.
Then I saw two motor riders, lying down, struggling, and then I captured them within few seconds.
Okay. So this is what David Andor is talking about. This is what you captured right at the traffic lights, the National Theatre.
Yes.
So what are we seeing right now? This is one of them.
This is he's called Alfred Kwe. He works for Falcon Courier. It's a dispatch rider, and he told me that he saw the red light on, so he parked there. And there was an incoming motor rider who wanted to just jump the traffic light, and he just collided. He just crashed into his motorbike, and all of them were lying down. Yeah, and you see a passerby helping them to pick the motorbike.
Okay, so you know it starts with the guy on the floor.
Yes.
I think. There's another picture where you see the two guys who were involved in the incident.
Yes.
Okay, and then you'd have, you know, whilst people were helping them get up and all. Okay, so this is what you found.
No, there's
there's
another picture. Yeah.
Yeah. These are the pictures really that warned you
this because when I brought this pictures, my team members were so excited, and instead of they selecting one for photo of the week. They couldn't wait for the week. They saw the action and they were excited. My managing editor, that is Mr. Elvis Kwashi. He's the managing editor for Joy FM and
for Joy News,
interactive media. That is my Joy Online. So when he also come and see the things, he was so happy. And we couldn't wait for the week to end to put it there. So they asked me to write the story, and I did, and Marek just went through and we put it there. Okay,
so congratulations to you, because this has won you a big award. We're proud of you. Set Kwame Boateng, see what God has done. Amazing. I was reviewing what the Daily Guide wrote. It says from receptionist at Love FM to this. How does it feel?
It tells that God is good. And never despise small beginnings. Just work hard and pray to God. And with determination, diligence, and what I call positive mental attitude, you can't fail. You can't fail.
So we've seen what you filed for television.
Yeah.
I shake, I fall, I die. But what did you file for radio?
That one, Bloody Land, in the heat of the Nakpanduri disturbances. You know, I went there, I got arrested because it was curfew time. And I did a story. And a few months ago, the chiefs there decided not to fight again. So they called me that the story you did and the title you gave it, The Bloody Land. We were so ashamed that we had to call our boys to order. We had to tell them that we should not fight again, and that we need to erase that name, Bloody Land. So they called me that they have stopped fighting, so I should come back and do the Healed Land. So I did that documentary, and by God's grace, they refer to the documentary and they tell me is the reason they have stopped fighting.
Wow.
Yeah, and I really thank God for that. And the team I went with, you know, I have fantastic cameramen here, seriously. All of them. Nampanduri, I was there with Solo, then the Epilepsy, I was there with Same. They have been very supportive. And those I call men, they are down there post-production. You know, at times it takes us 2 weeks to finish editing.
Yeah.
I'll come here early in the morning, leave here around 10 p.m. It continued. I've had fantastic team members. Seriously, Fifi Kumsi, Kokoswe Pride, Squashi, Emma Morrison, Kwamlenda, those who have been, and I think our sponsors too. You know, those who have been found in our documentaries.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to them, the drivers.
That's true.
I'm so grateful to all of them.
So what does this all mean? I mean, yeah, you brought great honors, but what does it mean going forward, really, Benedict?
Well, for me, it means a lot. It tells me that I have to put in extra work, because now people have recognized and seen what you're doing. So you can't bring the bar down. You always have to be either there or you have to raise the standard. So I have to, you know, put in extra work. And as Seth mentioned, I mean, if there is anybody I have to thank Seth himself, because he called me sometime. I was like, Benedict, you know, you're starting something different. It's not like the sports we all know that he said, but this time you are doing something extra, and I want you to, you know, keep on doing that. And you see what God has done. Fifi Kumsin has been amazing. I mean, he's our hotline editor. Fifi, at times you will come, you bring the story, and we'll help you shape it up. And it's been so good, and I believe that going forward, I just have to put in more and ensure that I do more than what I've done.
And do for TV too.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we'll... Ms. Andra, I mean, you speak through pictures,
yes,
through photography.
Yes.
What does it take to be a good photographer?
It's a whole lot, because photojournalism is different from maybe studio photography or whatever. So if you are taking a picture for publication, you should think about what you are taking. You should make sure the photo can communicate effectively to what you are going to use for. And doing that is not an easy task. You have to think. Sometimes you see something happening, you can take, but when the picture comes, you see the picture is
It won't tell the story.
Yes. Meanwhile, that thing happened. You took the picture, all right, but it is not telling the story. So anytime you are shooting, you have to measure, look at where the angle that you can stand to get the picture clear. You don't need to take on the focus picture. You should actually get the thing proper, so that people will never struggle to understand what that picture is about.
So we've told your story here before. We know where you started. We know how far you've come. But if you were to encourage people who feel, oh, there's no way out of where I am right now, what would you say to them?
Well, if God is able to bring me to this point, it means He can do for you. Just believe that. Because if He's done it for me, why can't He do it for you? And as I said, have what I call the positive mental attitude. Tell yourself you can do it. You see, you'll be worried, you'll be disturbed. People will try to pull you down. But keep going, because you have a prize ahead. So focus on the prize, keep going. And always be clear on your mind that you're going to get it done. And one thing that keeps me going, and I keep saying this, is to see people smile. I can't see people in pain. You understand? So I do these things to get help for them. Presently, there's one boy I featured in this documentary, and his parents have been calling. They need money for this child because, you know, their drugs are expensive. You understand? So I always think of ways I can get help for such people, so that they can also smile. And Mama V, I should thank the doctors who helped me. Kolebu, Confanoche, they've been amazing. Seriously, they are always there to support me. I only have to place a call to them. I need an interview, and they'll be there waiting for me. They've been very fantastic.
You know, I'm extremely proud because a lot of the times people accuse us and say you're just doing, you know, like armchair journalism, like you're just, what somebody has said is what you're reporting. But these are documentaries that you did. These are, you know, you go underground and talk to people and bring their stories out. Without you, most of these stories we'll probably not hear. And that's why we celebrate all of you. And we say we are proud of you. We hope that you do a lot more with what you've backed now. It will bring us, because the expectation is really high. Now that you brought us this, we expect a lot more. Benedict.
Absolutely.
Let's put something bigger next year. Yeah? Okay, so immediately, what are you guys working on? Benedict, are you working on something?
Yes, I'm working on something, but I wouldn't want to disclose it.
Yeah, obviously.
As Fifi Komisen has told me, you always have to finish before you let people know what is going on. So I'm working on something, both TV and radio, so very soon you'll see it. Yeah.
But how did you start?
Well, as in, how did I start?
Yeah. As in your journalism.
Very, very interesting. If I start, probably maybe we'll end the show, but just quickly, if I would say something, I actually started from Asempa FM. I did my national service there, at some point, Michael TJ, Ernest Quantin, and you know, at Joy, what happened was 2 people left the sports department. So I was at some part. We moved here to the Joy building. So what happened was Ernest saw me, was like, but you are also here. So why don't you join us? So we see. And I used to do 3. Then Ernest picked me up, took me to Joy, and God being so good. Now I've been here for the past almost 5 years now. Yes, I've been here for 5 years. I look small, but don't mind.
Oh, you're still a little boy. Don't go there.
You know, so I mean, it's been an amazing story, and I give glory to God for how far He's brought me. If I say I'll go into the story, probably more.
I know. Everybody,
to go, so
everybody has got a story.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Ms. Ando, how did you get into my line?
It wasn't easy.
It is never easy.
Yes, I freelanced for my job online for I think since 2008.
Okay.
Yes, and I was, you know, Joy FM has been my favorite station. So working here is a success story. Since the station started operation, I've been listening, especially headline news.
Okay.
I didn't want to miss that one. So I know all the people who started Joy FM. I know all.
So it was your dream to work with the company?
Yes, I was. That time I was not, planning to work with the electronic media or something. But Joy FM was my best station. And I kept on listening to them. Anytime I met somebody from Joy FM, I respected that person because of how they presented the news and you know, the ambitions, you know.
Now you're in it yourself. I heard you say that you've been doing photography for close to 20 years.
Over.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot of years.
Yes, yes. I actually started my career with a community newspaper called Dansman News. It was run by Ruby Ofori. She was working with BBC, and her friend FM Awodovi, she was also with Mirror, I think so.
Okay.
So I was working with anything that happened in the Dansman area. I was actually taking pictures and we were publishing it. And then I stopped. I joined independent newspaper. I was also freelancing for them. Even the time NPP held their Congress where they elected former President Kufuor, I was at Suyan with Egbert Fable.
Okay.
I
so you've been places.
Yes, yes. I went with Egbert Fable, and from there I joined a financial newspaper called Financial Post. I met Ezekiel Boade. I met, what do you call it, this guy, Christian Akoli, who is now working at Ghanaian Times. I met a lot of people. I owe them thanks because they actually helped me. Every stage of my career, I got new set of people to help me. Mr. Kosijan Apentin, he's a feature writer for Mirror. I mean, he actually inspired me. And, you know, I've worked with many private newspapers and international media organizations. So for the past over 20 years of my career, I mean, it has been a blessing.
Yeah, okay. Let me take you guys to one area. People watch you today and they're seeing, you know, the climax. They're probably not thinking about the very beginning. Today you've told us bits and pieces of your story. But what was your first salary like, Seth?
Mine was 25 cedis. Then 250,000. And I could only use that money to, well, for my TNT. So I went to work without food until I closed. So 25 cedis from Love FM, my first check.
Ms. Ando, when you started doing your community reporting?
That's when I was not collecting anything. You see, the friends who introduced me to that newspaper, because of the relationship I had with them, those days I thought I was helping them rather. So John Mark Opoku, who is now working with Kofi Annan
Peacekeeping training.
Yes, he's working there. He actually took me to the ladies, and they also accepted me. I was not.
So you were working for free?
Yes,
okay.
And then I continued to do that independent newspaper. I didn't earn anything, but the people there were helping me. Richmond Hilson, Egbert Fable, Edwin Atta, and then from there I joined Financial Post. It was Financial Post that I had my first salary. So that was 15 Ghana or something. 15
Ghana.
Yes.
Amazing.
And you know, from there I joined Business Week. I got 60 Ghana. I joined Global Media Alliance. They also came out with
okay.
Before Benedict comes in, you know, there was an accountant at Love FM, Mr. Opoku, who employed the same man. So when he called me that I should come for my check, and I was given 25 cedis, do you know the question I nearly asked him? We're not employed the same man. Are you also paid 25 cedis?
Obviously no. Benedict.
Well, mine is different from what David. So you told us. Obviously, they started quite earlier before I.
Yeah, because you are done school. You were doing national service.
Yeah, something like that. Not really national service. That's what I'm saying. The story they asked for.
Did you work for free?
Oh, we'll go into the story, but not today. You know, but it started from tips from my boss, and I got 50 CDs then.
Yeah, but that's cool. I mean, my first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
proper pay. I also worked for free for a while. Yeah, I was also getting tips when I was at GBC. Yeah, so everybody has a story. See, the thing is, these days when people are doing either national service or attachment or internship, if you like, they want to be given something. You don't always get it. It depends on where you go, and sometimes it becomes very frustrating. You know, and so that's why I wanted you to tell your story so that people would know that they are not alone.
But Mama, after I left Love FM. That is when I went to school, UCC, and they told me that no, you go anytime you're on vacation, come back. When I came back, do you know the one who was giving money? Saeed, from his own pocket.
That's a news editor.
Saeed was giving me his own money because they had told me to come back, but I wasn't recognized as a worker. I just coming to help. So Said was using his own pocket money.
So you see, you're not alone. You're not the only person who was getting tips. We've got two other colleagues who also won awards. We'll be speaking to Kwete Nate on the phone. Joseph Opoku Gapo also made us really proud. Kwete is on the phone lines. Kwete, good morning.
Good morning, Mama V.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So you took two. Can I have one?
I'll meet you.
Tell us. Yeah, I knew that's what you'd say. Tell us the stories that won you these awards.
The first one was the Crèche in Red Light District, telling the story of young mothers who went into prostitution just to feed their children. The men who impregnated them abandoned them, so they found livelihood at the Okanshi market where they trade their bodies for survival. And the other one was the narcotic schoolboys. Basically, it was a story about some students of the Insoko State Senior High School who went into cultivation of weed. And they did that to foot their bills in order to help them access some secondary education.
Okay. So did you think that the stories would win you these awards, you know, when you were doing them at the time? You're not new to awards. You're not new to awards. So you certainly probably, you know, you were thinking about something.
I knew they were good stories. I knew it had the potential of winning awards. But as to the certainty that it would win, I left that in the hands of the committee. But I was certain that the stories would definitely catch the eye of the committee members.
You know, when you're following some of these stories, do you personally use funds? I mean, do you have to invest in some of these stories without necessarily getting those funds back?
What I should say is, usually in those stories, Multimedia sponsors the funding for those stories. Investigations are quite expensive. They are usually projects you can't fund them as a reporter. Yes, you do the calls, but most of these stories, the transportation, the monies you usually spend whilst you are out there are all funded by Multimedia. Usually there is a budget for that, so it doesn't come from our pocket.
Okay, so tell me where you're keeping those awards.
In my bedroom.
Did you sleep with the 2 you got on Saturday?
No, I slept. I slept with the set they gave us. I woke up on Sunday and I realized that I was still holding the set in my hand.
Kwete, what was your first job?
My first job was, I was a national service personnel at GBC. In fact, when I entered the Ghana Institute of Journalism, the dream was to become a DJ, but I think my stint.
Oh, you wanted to play music?
Yes, seriously. I was the entertainment type, but I don't know. When I started my national service at GBC, gradually the stories I saw out there told me playing music wasn't my calling. I felt a certain affinity towards the people I tell their stories, and I felt that these were untold stories, but the media men to tell these stories were few. Those stories were quite stressful, and these people don't pay you. So that attraction compared to the political figures whom you follow, whom you sometimes get something from there, was something that, drew me towards that. And after that, I did my internship at Obonu FM, then I went to Meridian FM, then I went to the Heritage newspaper, then to TV Africa, then finally Joy FM.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, Kwete, we're proud of you. I wanted to ask what your first pay was, but you did service, so I'm sure, Charlie, you're better than some of us. Yeah. You want to say something to Kwete?
Stephen, are you there?
I'm there.
Okay. No, you are the entertainment what? You went to entertainment, right?
No, I was a fan.
I now understand why. Do you know why I'm talking about?
I know. I know. Please don't.
Am I the only person missing? I don't know. Imagine
no,
Kwete.
The rest are not aware.
Like Kwete DJing. But Kwete, thank you so much. We're proud of you.
It was Kwete, you.
Thanks. But Joseph Opokogapo is also joining us. Congratulations to you, man.
Thanks very much. Yeah. I didn't come with mine, but I think I can.
No, but you can have one. I mean, you're entitled to. After all, you won one.
Thank you very much for offering me one of theirs.
How does it feel like?
Well, it feels good, at least to have gotten an award from there. It's an indication that we are challenged to do more, and that the feat that folks like my brother said Kwame Boateng has gotten to, we could also get there someday. So it's a good feeling, but it's also a very challenging feeling at this juncture.
Your parents, what have they said to you?
Well, the response has been good from family folks, friends. Some watched on TV, some saw on the internet subsequently, and they are quite happy. And they are proud of me as well.
What's the story? What's the story you found?
That's Poor Millionaires, the story about the underdevelopment in cocoa growing communities despite the wealth that they generate. We told the stories of how in some of the cocoa growing communities there are no health facilities. Their children are unable to go to school, they don't have electricity, they don't have clean sources of drinking water, when in fact the wealth that they generate has really helped the nation, helped stabilize the budgets, helped build roads in Accra and Kumasi and elsewhere where cocoa is not grown. So we just painted the picture of the level of underdevelopment in a lot of the cocoa growing communities. And there's a story that had actually been on my mind for a very long time. Sometime in 2010, when I was at KNUST, a second-year student, I got the opportunity to be part of a program that was run by Cadbury, the manufacturers of Rishoko, the Cocoa Ambassadorial Program. So being part of the program gave me the opportunity to work as a volunteer, mentoring a lot of young people in cocoa growing communities, helping, establishing reading clubs in the communities, taking them for quiz competitions and excursions outside the cocoa growing communities. And that exposed me to the level of underdevelopment there. And, when I saw some of those and did the contrast with the kind of wealth and opulence, if I could put it so, that those who work in the cocoa industry here in Accra display, I just shook my head and I felt it wasn't fair. So I kept asking questions. What can we do to get things right? What are the farmers doing wrong? And all of that played up when we eventually put together the documentary. And I'm glad how far the documentary
I remember even fallout of that piece.
Yes. That very strong reaction from Cocoa Board, issuing a statement virtually condemning everything that we had put out, questioning where we got our facts from and who we spoke to and everything. But as they say, facts are stubborn things. They would always stand the test of any scrutiny. And this award even is an indication that the plight of those cocoa farmers, to a certain extent, could not have been untrue, what we highlighted. And we hope that someone acts on their plight, because not much has changed.
So you guys travel to these areas? I mean, you don't just sit here in Accra and speak to people on the phone, do you?
No, not at all. At times, I could go for like 10 days or 2 weeks, moving from one village to the other, sleeping in areas ordinarily I would not accept to sleep, eating and drinking, quote and unquote, concocted substances, you understand? So we actually go down to the people, we touch base with them, and we meet with them, interact with them, and we hear their stories.
Poor Millionaires, for example, took us to some of the most rural areas in the western region, the Wasa district, the Impoho district. Some of these communities, it's even impossible going there with a vehicle. At a point in time, we had to abandon the plans we had for some of the communities because we had difficulty getting access. It took us to some areas in the Ashanti region, the Achuma Kwahoma district, one of the very deprived cocoa growing communities there. And the kind of stories that you hear there, it's quite interesting. For example, we visited a school when we went to the western region, and the school had been closed down. The reason being that the teachers were supposed to have shown up for duty. They live very far away. They couldn't come to school that day, and because of that, the school was closed. The children were loitering about. Amazing. Of course, this won't happen at Christ the King School here in Accra, but it's happening somewhere there. Very pathetic stories.
Yeah. So what does this award mean to you, really?
Obviously, it means that we need to do more.
You're too diplomatic. I said you, Gapo.
Well, it gives me an indication of the kind of stories that can make the impact and draw the attention of people. Yeah. As our managing news editor, Elvis Kwashi, would always say, the stories that win the awards are not the he said stories. The stories that involve you.
They are not the SOTs.
Yes, putting a call through to Dr. Manebuama or some other minister and asking for an interview. Of course, that won't obviously win you the kind of awards that Seth Kwame Boateng has won or David Ando has won. And so the real stories which would make the impact are the ones that will see you fold up your sleeves, pull up your trouser and get to the ground. So going forward for me, it means I need to do a lot more of those. And of course, with the support of the entire team, we hope to bring out a lot more of such stories and hope to make the difference in society. Because, with this story, for example, I was very excited about the kind of responses that I got, particularly from some cocoa farmers beyond even those that I had the interviews with. Because, as I said, over the duration that I worked in the western region, the cocoa growing communities, I made a number of friends who are ordinary cocoa farmers and all of that. And I didn't imagine that they may be listening to radio or they may be watching television to have seen the stories that we did. But, the day that the story ran, the kind of responses, all of them calling you and commending you that you've really put out their plight and they hope that someone really intervenes. That alone was inspirational enough. And going forward, We hope to do a lot more of those so that we can really touch the lives of those we are supposed to touch.
Sure. Okay. So, what has your wife said?
I have been thanking her. Yeah.
For allowing you to be going on these trips.
Yeah, and also she has helped fulfill scripture. Proverbs 18.
Oh, it's Proverbs. I thought it was
No, Proverbs. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor.
Hey.
So I found her and I've obtained this favor.
Amen. Ms. Ando,
Yeah,
what is family saying?
yeah, they are happy and they are still, I mean, in the mood, and especially my daughter Amanda and Waikuku Wilson, and my John 19.
Yeah.
Malik, Nathan Gadigan, Isaac Hesa, Eduna Pia, Faustin Sakwaba, Dela Granu, and
I thought you were going to leave my producer out.
Yes. You know, I mean, they are actually happy because if you come to my job online, we are family. It's not just an office; it's a family.
Yeah.
We do, I mean, everything in common. So they are behind me.
You know, sincerely, I'm not excited for myself. I'm not excited for Utenati. I'm excited for Gapo, David,
Benedict.
and Benedict. And they will tell. I've been telling them. I'm so happy that they made it. And I'm so happy that Ghana has recognized them. They listen to advice. You understand? And I'll say thank you to them. Gakpo, David, and Benedict. I'm really, really proud of them.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm feeling like the chief executive officer right now, and I want to say that we're all proud of you, you know. The board, the directors, management, all your colleagues, even those who won't say it, everybody's proud of you. Some of us would want to take it home, but, you know, I don't know. Would you give it, like I'm your friend, right?
Yes, there you have it for 2 days and then you go back.
Oh, guys, listen. I can't say we're proud enough, but I also have to congratulate some of my friends who won awards, who are not necessarily with the Multimedia Group. Wendy Lai of TV3, I'm extremely proud of you. And my friend in Takrade, I can't believe it, but Moses Doche Akolobato, you absolutely deserve it as well. And to all the others, you know, we say congratulations to you. Okay, so is there a party? Has the CEO promised something? Has the managing editor promised something, like some pote or something like that?
I know they will tell us, and we are waiting.
But they haven't said anything.
They've not.
Like seriously, this was Saturday.
No, they've not seen us yet. So probably they will do something when they. We just want to tell them we're expectant.
Yeah, all of us are. Zando, Anna, Joseph. Okay, so this is hot, so it has to be hot. Like maybe this afternoon or something. Something must happen. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for raising the name of Multimedia and joining us out there really high. Thanks a lot. So these are my colleagues. We want to say congratulations to them. We're extremely proud of them for winning various awards at the just ended Ghana Journalist Association Award, the GJA Awards. We're thankful. And we've got the ultimate prize also still remaining in the family because Seth Kwame Boateng adjudged the Journalist of the Year. That's such a big deal, really. Okay, guys, this is where we have to wrap it all up. Thank you so much.
Thanks for hosting us. You always do, especially when the documentaries are ready for play.
Yeah.
You get us to come talk about it and promote it and everything.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity as well.
You have no idea what you are.
And maybe thank my Ekunfi obedient people. They are sending me
the chiefs and people.
Hey, the award is not just for Multimedia. It's for your hometown.
Are they bringing
I'm not. I'm surprised that I think they are not aware.
All right, so stay with us. We've got a lot more coming your way.